Hey guys, today I have a matching Maytag washer and electric dryer, just a couple years old, and it's getting started sensing this super heavy towel load, and we've got it set to a normal cycle. I did max on the fill, so you can adjust it between auto, small, medium, or max. So we did max, so we're going to get a full basket of water. You'd put your soap right there, you can put your bleach right there, and of course you can see what's going on. You've got the agitator in the middle with a king-size capacity basket. So about the best combination of actually getting your clothes clean, and then it's going to spin the clothes out super fast when it's done, which makes them very light going into the dryer. It just kind of helps maximize the energy efficiency without skimping out on the water. And then over here on the dryer, I'll show you that the dryer is heating correctly and everything works perfect on both of them. This is the fourth load that I've put through them. Everything's been tested. Everything's been confirmed to be working perfect. Of course, clean them inside and out. So we'll go ahead and let this fill up with water and we'll come back. Now for the hookup of your washer, might consider a set of steel braided hoses like this pack here. I've got a link to both of these in the description. If you have trouble finding it, you can just click that. Also supports the channel, so we really appreciate that. But you can see here you've got blue for cold water, red, so it's easy to keep them apart. Now the steel braided is important because the cheap rubber ones have a tendency to swell and burst, and you definitely don't want that happening, especially if you're not home. And then a surge protector, there's many different styles, and I got a couple linked in the description. I kind of like this one because I'm always plugging other things in, but you can also get dedicated ones. You just want to make sure that it's 900 joules or higher, and that's going to protect your washing machine and the electronics on it. This one also has I believe that's a 4-foot cable on it too. So something like that to protect the electronics on it, super important. And this pretty much covers the washer. All right, now it's getting started. It just stopped filling up with water. Now this agitator is going to start with a short pulse like this, then it'll go a long pulse one way and then back the other way. Well, what that's going to do is drag the clothes down the middle and spin them back up out the side as it actually gets started. Still sensing, might add a little more water, but as you can see, that's pretty much a full basket there. All right, it is now draining that water out nice and fast as it moves along here. All right, it's on its first spin, extracting the used up, washed up water. And it's gonna fill all the way back up for the rinse cycle. Then we'll be on to the final spin cycle, which is what I'll come back for next. All right, we're into the last 10 minutes of the final spin cycle. It's really doing an excellent job extracting the water out of those clothes. Nice, quiet, smooth operation. So we'll go ahead and let it finish up. Then we're going to move over to the dryer. All right, now when talking about hooking up the dryer, a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to need to find out what type of power cord you're going to need. These are all considered accessories, and they do not come with a new dryer or a used dryer typically. This is a 3-prong power cord. It's like that there. Has 3 hookups for the back, and it's 30 amp. You want to make sure you don't get a 50 amp that has a straight one here. That's for a stove. You want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. And I've got these linked in the listing description also for you there. Now this is a 4-prong, so it looks a little different, but it still has the L there versus a straight one, because they also sell this in a 50 amp for a stove. Very similar, so you want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. You can take a picture of your plug in your laundry room and match it up, make sure you get the right one. This goes on the back of the dryer, and then it extends out to wherever your wall hookup is. Super important to make sure you get one. It's easy to use. A lot of them have a flathead screwdriver on it to tighten it down. I like these wings here. You could just do it by hand. It's so much easier because every 3 or 4 months you're going to want to take this off and clean it out, so this makes it a lot easier to do. And then lastly, I always recommend a good dryer sheet, and I do not do fabric softener in any of the washers that I use or the one at home. Fabric softener is like putting glue in your machine. Eventually it gums everything up. Use 2 or 3 of these and you get the same softness effect on your clothes, but it doesn't mess anything up. So that's kind of the essentials there for your dryer. All right, so now we've got the washer clean and cleared out. You see that huge capacity there. If I didn't show it already, here's where you put your soap. And we come over here to the matching electric dryer. We've got it set now. I actually went on regular, which is a sensor dry, but I turned the heat and the dryness all the way up, which you can do right here with these settings. So there's tons of settings on here. I'm not even sure what that one does, but apparently you can hook up to it remotely from an app on your phone, I'm sure. But anyway, it's pretty simple to use. Set it how you want it, and you hold to start. On both of these, you have to hold to start. Then I'm going to show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to. So right in between those two red dots, it's taking a temperature measurement, so 73 degrees on top of the dryer. You can see here, everything tumbling. Go ahead and open that up. And the heat's going to be coming in from right there. So that's where our heat's going to be pumping in, getting nice and hot, get those clothes dry. And then from there, the air is going to exit right here. So here's your lint trap. You just want to make sure that gets clean before each and every load so you have good airflow coming through here. It's the most important thing. Close that back up. Once again, we're going to hold to start. Kicks right back on. And we'll go ahead and let that finish up. Get these listed up for sale. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out. And I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks. You guys have a great day.